You know, sometimes people talk about how you should choose to do something you love, but then when you grow up, you you get to a point where, do I want to do something that I think that I enjoy, or should I do something that is actually going to pay me money? Because the thing is, actually, you should do what you love, but do you even know what it is? Do you know what your passion is, or what you want to do? Also, I feel like even if you choose to work with something that you really like, it is still work. So there will be things you don't like about it, and there will be things you wish you had you didn't need to do, but you have to because it's your job, or you wanna have to, you know, to manage deadlines and money and clients, no matter what you choose to do. So, is there really a point? I think we are kinda on a system where, oh, we are kinda on a system that doesn't really value human choices in general. Maybe that could change in the future, but I don't see how that would work. It's kind of like, if you have to choose between doing something you love and something that pays you well to do, which one would you choose? When they ask you this question, or when people ask this question, it seems so greedy and selfish to say that you want to do it for the money. But at the end of the day, if your job is important, or if the result of your job helps people, if you gain a lot of money by doing it or you don't, does it really make a difference? You know? If the result of your actions are beneficial for people, does it matter if you are making a huge amount of money to do it? That's the question I want to make. But then, if I say, oh, I do prefer to make money, then it's kind of weird for people, right? They don't know how to deal with it, with this information that I would be so selfish to work for money. But I feel like there are stages in your life, mainly if you want to be more financially independent, or if your parents just can't help you even if they want to, that you have to sacrifice doing things for money. And if you are on a job that makes you miserable, then your life will be miserable. Doesn't matter how much they pay you. But people don't generally talk about the other option. Sometimes can be still be miserable, but in another job gaining less money. So not all the times, or not always, the options are doing something you love or doing something you make money. Sometimes the option is be miserable here or be miserable there, but the difference is just that they pay a little bit more here than there. Anyways, I do think that if you don't have to worry about money, then it's just the logical conclusion is that you should do something you love if you know what the thing is. But then if you don't, well, good luck. But also, if you don't need money, I do feel like you could still want to seek power, or uh, status, to appear like a person who has power. And in general, not always, but most cases, jobs where you are respected and you have many responsibilities are also the ones that pay well. So, of course, there are many jobs that also pay well, but doesn't come with this aura of respect. But I do feel like most of them do. Well, but the thing we want to avoid actually when people make this question, I think that what we really want to avoid is, please don't make something you love but then you don't have money to buy food, but also don't make something to make money if it just makes you miserable. I hear a lot of people who are flight attendants, they talk about how they like the experience and how the the payment is very good, but also that after some time they miss their families, they miss having a proper schedule and staying put in the same place, and they can't really be in a relationship. It's very hard for them, so they work really hard for some time to make a lot of money, and most of the cases I think they do enjoy it, but as the time passes, the the disadvantages starting to surpass the advantages, and the money cannot compensate it. So I wonder if the amount of money was greater, would that compensate? How much are we willing to give up for how much amount of money, you know? And each people will have a different answer to that, right? There are people who would give up everything, and there are people who wouldn't. I think it's a difference of values as well, right? But also, if you think about it, it's just a way to put more pressure into people, right? Especially young adults, as myself, because everything I say is related to me, because it's because it's me who is saying, right? I think it puts an unnecessary pressure on people to choose college so early and to choose a career so early, and then these are big decisions that can be a lifelong commitment, and you can't properly, you could change careers, but then it's just so much more effort and so much money and time that you would spend on something just to regret later. But you couldn't possibly have done the right choice because we didn't have enough information at the time. Well, I feel like instead of judging everyone for either being hopeless romantics or just being selfish and greedy, I feel like the safest way would be to first try a job that you can make some money off, either that you love or that you don't. Then when you have some money that you will not starve and die and be homeless, then you should just try to do something you like. But the real problem is, sometimes if you try to do that, you can spend 10, 15, 20 years doing something that you don't really like or that you hate, waiting for the moment to finally go after something that you actually enjoy doing, and sometimes it could be too late. So, having said all that, what's the right answer? I have no idea, absolutely. I'm not here to give any answers. I'm just here to share my own confusions about the word. Because if there was a right answer, then I'd like to know it. But I do feel like each person would be different in this subject, right? There is no like one thing that would work for absolutely everyone. We could try, but I don't think we can find just one answer, right? But if you want to, we can try to leave something in the comments. That would be nice. Thank you.